What's up, guys? We're back at it with Touchdown Talk this week. We've had some technical errors, so we're going to get into the NFL Week 2 predictions and college football roundup for the week. So welcome back in, and let's get into it. Alright, so here we go with our picks, and the picks today are brought to you by my friends over here at W Energy. Go check them out at w.gg. Use my promo code ZBHP, that's ZBHP. Get 10% off your order. W.gg, promo code ZBHP. Get your promo code to get 10% off. Check them out. Great energy stuff, great energy supplements, and great hydration stuff as well. All right, here we go. Week 2 NFL. We're going with the picks. We're rolling through the list. Starting off Thursday night, Vikings at the Philadelphia Eagles home opener of the year on Prime Video. What are we looking at? Kirk Cousins in primetime on Prime Video. Can he get it done? Will the Vikings go 0-2, or can they bounce back after a lackluster performance last week? Can the Eagles go 2-0? Shake off a lackluster performance last week. Eagles have some key injuries. Vikings have a lot of promising rookies on offense. Very solid defense. But I still like the environment being at home. I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles in this one, 24-20 over the Minnesota Vikings. Battle of the AFC North. Bengals home opener for this year, going against the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens will be without J.K. Dobbins, obviously. He has been put on injury reserve. Can Joe Burrow bounce back after a terrible performance in Cleveland? What will the weather look like in Ohio? Can Lamar Jackson look solid enough, take his Ravens, and make up for J.K. Dobbins being out, bring more chemistry between he, OBJ, and Zay Flowers? We'll see. I'm actually going to pick the Baltimore Ravens over the Cincinnati Bengals. I think it'll be a better performance by the Bengals, but I think there's some issues there in offense. I think it's a little bit of cause for concern. 21-17 Ravens over the Bengals. Seahawks traveling to Detroit for the Lions home opener. Can the Lions hold the momentum from last week, beating the defending champions? I think they can, and I think the Lions are for real. And I think they will give the Seahawks another loss. The Lions are really good right now. They didn't even play their best game. 27-16. Lions over the Seahawks in Detroit. Battle of the AFC South, right now. Two of the top quarterbacks taken in this year's draft. C.J. Stroud. Anthony Richardson. Colts, Texans. What are we going to see? Might see some bad football, a lot of mistakes, a lot of mental errors. I don't think it'll be a very high-scoring game. I think the Colts will come away with the win here against the Texans, 17-13. Colts over the Texans, lower-scoring game. Bears going to Tampa Bay. Well, Tampa Bay's coming off the big win against the Vikings. The Bears are having that terrible performance against the Packers. Packers are still their owners. Baker Mayfield looked really solid in that second half, and looks to build that momentum and chemistry with his wide receivers. I'm going to take the Buccaneers, lower scoring game once again. I think you'll see quite a few low scoring games this week. 21-14 over the Bears. Chiefs Jaguars. This will be a fantastic game. Chiefs can't go 1, they can't go 0-2. But can the Jags go 2-0? The Jags looked really good that second half against the Colts, finished very strong. And the Chiefs, they did not look good at all, especially without Travis Kelce on offense, like we talked before. Kadarius Toney dropping every fucking target that he got. But can he bounce back in a big way? I think the Chiefs will be all right. I think Andy Reid will, with 10 days off, has enough time to develop more schemes, especially if Travis Kelce is out this week. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs on this one. Chiefs over the Jags, 24-21, in I think it'll be a thriller of a game. All right, the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons look really good, and they're back-to-back home games right now. And Packers are back-to-back road games. That could be a factor, definitely. The Falcons' run game is for real. But I really like Jordan Love right now. I liked what he was doing. I like how comfortable he looked. I liked how he took command of that offense. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. Not as much high scoring as they did before, but 28-23 over the Falcons. I think it'll be a fairly close game. Closer than people would expect. All right, the Raiders and the Buffalo Bills. Interesting matchup right here. Bills didn't look good against the Jets. Josh Allen didn't look good. But they played their absolute worst game. The Raiders are still, I think, a mediocre team at best. Jimmy Garoppolo will get them wins, possibly get them into the playoffs, but that'll be about it. Nothing too fancy with their offense, nothing too fancy with their defense, just straight on man-on-man stuff, really, with the Raiders. I think the Bills will get a big-time win. I think they'll actually blow out the Raiders. I think it's 27-10 Bills over the Raiders. The Chargers coming to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Chargers looked really good on offense. Defense broke down quite a lot against the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill is unguardable, so very understandable. I really like this Chargers team over the Titans. Titans just do not look good, especially with Ryan Tannehill. I think he is on the very last leg of his career, at least with Tennessee, and I don't think he'll be a starter too much longer in the NFL. Chargers big-time win. They'll score a lot of points. 31-13, blowout win in Tennessee. I think the boos will rain down. They'll be calling for Will Levis to make his start. 49ers at Rams. This is really, really interesting. I didn't expect this to be a matchup that I was so interested in the NFC West already. 49ers looking incredible last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Rams looking really, really good against the Seattle Seahawks last week. It's a tough decision, really, more than I thought it would be tough, but I still think Niners are the best team in football. They will get it done. They will. Brock Purdy will be able to get that ball released before Aaron Donald gets to him. Otherwise, it's a very scary situation with that. Grown-ass man comes at you and tries to get you to the ground. So I'm going the 49ers in this one, 28-14 over the Rams. Giants at Cardinals. Well, the Giants can't score any less points in this game. Cardinals look poopy. I don't have much to really say about this game. I'm picking the Giants bounce back from that very terrible performance, 23-10 over the Arizona Cardinals. Jets-Cowboys, I would have been more excited if Aaron Rodgers was playing against the Cowboys, but Zach Wilson obviously getting the nod now since Aaron is out. That Cowboys defense is fucking scary. Micah Parsons gets the quarterback fast. I think he's going to rustle a lot of feathers back there and cause a havoc for Zach Wilson the entire game. Offense will do enough to win the game. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game with these two great defenses. 20-17, Cowboys over the Jets. Broncos Commanders. That's weird. Commanders going into Denver. I think Russell Wilson's getting his confidence back. I think it's going to progressively get better. Like I said, it was. Commanders just aren't quite there. They barely beat the Cardinals last week. I just find it hard to see them go into Denver after not the best game that they had. Broncos are going to continuously have some growing pains with Sean Payton there, but I think it'll be positive in the end. Lower scoring game once again. 21-16 Broncos over the Commanders. Dolphins, Patriots. Patriots defense looks really good. Look for Bill Belichick to find unique ways to possibly take care of Tyreek Hill. He's seen it all in his career. He might dial up some stuff. It's Sunday Night Football. Anything can happen. Patriots in prime time could be pretty good. I still think it's going to be tough to stop this Dolphins offense. I'm still going with the Dolphins. Not as high scoring as I had before. 27-17 over the New England Patriots. And we got a Monday night doubleheader. The Saints coming into Carolina take on the Panthers, and the Browns and Steelers. So obviously there will be two broadcasts on kind of at the same time. I'm guessing like ESPN, ESPN2 or something like that, or ABC. Saints, Panthers. I like the Panthers getting better through the year. It's still going to take time. I don't think they get too much of improvement from last week. It's just you're gonna have to get more people healthy. You're gonna have to get more talent, really. The Saints, they're ready to go right now. Derek Carr's got targets. He's got people. I think the Saints come in, get a big-time win on Monday Night Football over the Panthers, 24-14 on Monday Night Football, first game. Second game, Browns at Steelers. I probably would have picked the Steelers for this game before. But after that terrible performance last week and just shit play calling, not good. So I'm going with the Browns in this one. I think the Browns have another big game. 24-13 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. That wraps it up for a Week 2 preview. Now let's dive in to some college football talk. So yeah, let's talk about college football. I still got to put it on. Very proud of what these guys showed. App State and UNC going down to the wire. I was very impressed with it. I did not expect App to be in that game at all. Going to overtime against the, at the time, what was it, number 18 team or something in the country, 20, something like that. Going on the road into Chapel Hill in a hostile environment, I was thoroughly impressed with how App handled the atmosphere. And this is what App football does. They show up to these big games and these big opponents like it. And they play to the level of their competition, and it gets so frustrating week in and week out. But and maybe I'm biased, but go look back. That final play of the game for App, I very much convinced it was a pass interference that they missed. But App had their chances, and they just could not stop the run game. I was so much impressed with the run game. I wasn't that all impressed with Drake May. He's a good quarterback, yeah. I was so impressed with Omarion Harris. Omarion? Is it Omarion? Yeah, Omarion Hampton. 26 carries, 234 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Holy fuck. I told you before the cause of concern for me with App State was that young, undersized defensive line. And that got pushed around, and no one could tackle this bowling ball motherfucker. Very, very good running back. I'm excited to see what he can do. Actually, it was kind of a battle of running backs. Two completely different styles. Nate Noel had over 120 yards carrying, 2 touchdowns. Looked really good for App State. And Joey Aguilar, he looks like to be the guy for App State as quarterback. I'm very happy. He looked very poised back there. Some obvious mistakes, but you're going to have that, especially in a hostile environment like UNC. But App needs to correct something with their run game defense. And I think UNC needs to kind of drift away from having to use Drake May, because I know they want him to win the fucking Heisman and be the number 1 quarterback going in next year's draft, but I tell you, that O'Marion Hampton, he's something else. He runs so freaking hard, and he's very quick, cutting back, gets his acceleration going. That's a very dangerous running back in college football, and I think inevitably the NFL. But the Tar Heels, unfortunately, come away with the win 40-34 over the Mountaineers of Appalachian State. And App State plays ECU this week, so that will be a big-time game for them at home. Excited to see that. That's starting to be a decent rivalry right now. My neighbors behind me, ECU fans, I wanted to go to this game, but it was sold out just like that. So hats off to the App community. Packing the place, and it's going to be an awesome environment to see. What else we want to touch on? I don't know. Was there a big upset or something that happened this week? Yes, there fucking was. Alabama at home gets dog walked by the Longhorns of the University of Texas. Who fucking thought that was coming? I did not. 34 was 34-24 was the final score. Alabama couldn't fucking do shit. Plain and simple. Nothing went right for them. Couldn't stop Texas. Very un-Alabama-like. With their defense being undisciplined, missing assignments, mental errors. Not like a Nick Saban game. We had Nick Saban and Bill Belichick losing in one weekend. I think the world's pretty happy about that. But Texas has moved up to number 4 now in the AP poll, so they and Alabama dropped to number 10. So, wow. Likely not going to have to worry about Alabama contending for the national championship. Yes, there's a lot of games left, but I don't see them winning out to make the national championship. I think even if they make the SEC championship, they're going to lose to Georgia. So we'll see. But coming up, those are really hot. Oh, yeah, in Colorado, Coach Prime looking fucking good once again. They're up to number 18 after beating the snot out of Nebraska. Nebraska quarterback is not good. Just can't take care of the ball, and he gives away too many plays. That's all I got to say about that one, but not good. And Penn State, the other team I root for, they beat Delaware, but nobody really cares that they knew they would beat the fucking Blue Hens. Going into this week, talking about Penn State, we were talking a little bit about App State with ECU, but Penn State opens up Big Ten this week at Illinois. As a game, you've got to win by at least 3-4 scores to maintain your momentum and have a shot of getting into the college football playoffs later on this year. I expect Penn State to win. Drew Aller looks really good. The duo of running backs they've got, really good. So, cause a concern on the right side of the offensive line, so we'll see how that plays out the rest of the year. But you can't really learn a whole lot when they play Delaware. But I guess it's a good feel-good game. And I think it would be very similar to the Illinois game, too. They should win pretty big. What's the primetime game we got this week? It's Colorado State, and Colorado is where College Game Day is. It's 10 o'clock. It's obviously, I think, 8 o'clock there. Late game. I know it's a very historical game between Colorado State and Colorado, so I don't see Colorado have any issue. Shedeur Sanders, I think, is a front runner for the Heisman Trophy this year, looking just fantastic in the pocket. Very smart with the ball, high football IQ. Expect nothing less of one of the offspring of Coach Deion Sanders. So, obviously, the genes run well in the family for being good at football. I fully expect Colorado to win very comfortably in that game, but Colorado State's going to play pretty hard as it is a big-time rivalry, and they're tired of hearing about Colorado being good. I don't think there's any other notable games for ranking purposes this weekend. It's another kind of a dud. Then we're going to get into the meat of college football coming up. Week 4 is going to be a lot of excitement coming up, especially in SEC and potentially Big Ten. So we'll see. I think that's going to wrap it up for this week, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. go ahead, if you haven't yet, hit that like and subscribe button that's been bothering you the entire show. Notify your, put the little notifying button, whatever it is, the bell. And whenever new episodes come out, they'll come out weekly. And hope you enjoy it. Tell a friend, share it, and let's keep growing this thing and keep having a lot of fun. See you guys next week.